Hey everyone, Pastor Chris here, and welcome to a carpool chat. Working today, but I want to get back to you. I had talked Wednesday, and I'd mentioned that God gives us what we need when we need it. Strength. We were talking about death and being able to, if the time has come, to disconnect the loved one from life support because that's their desire. Can you do it? Is it wrong if you can as a Christian? And I talked about Gideon, the example of Gideon. And questions came up, so I want to talk about Gideon a little bit. No coffee. I'm trying to cut way back on coffee. I got green tea. A friend of mine turned me on to that. It's actually not bad. Green tea and honey. I'm kind of liking it. So remember, Midianites, this is in Judges chapters 6 and 7. Midianites are kind of harassing Israel. They will come in, they will steal their wheat, burn their wheat, steal their cattle and camels, and life is miserable for Israel. Call out to God for a judge, and Gideon is who is selected. And if you remember, he's in a hole separating the wheat from chaff, getting wheat. Usually done on a hillside so the wind can blow away the chaff. But he's too scared. So that's the first thing you see, is that he's scared. And an angel of the Lord, it says, comes to him. Hail, thou mighty man of God. And he did not feel like a mighty man because he's scared. Everything he's getting busted up and stolen and broken from the surrounding peoples, Midianites and others. And he goes back and forth with God and back and forth. And what God is doing is God is saying, you don't need to do this in your strength. I'm telling you to do it because I'm going with you. You can do it. I'm going with you. And eventually gets to the point where he believes him, and he cuts down his father. They have an idol to Baal. And then they have what's called an Asherah pole. Another idol. It's a wood pole. They have a totem pole, kind of. And he cuts it down dark because he knows everyone's going to be upset when he does this. And sure enough, they are. They try to figure out who it was. So he's not claiming credit, but they figure out that it is Gideon. Let's kill him. Go to his house. His father's like, look, isn't Baal powerful? Can't he fight his own battles? Well, let him do it. You leave the kid alone. And they do. And that's what God had asked him to do. So he's heard this. And he saw how God was with him because God had confidence in him. And that's the point of this whole story of Gideon. How he's scared. He says at the beginning, he says, who am I? I'm of the tribe of Manasseh, one of the 12 tribes of Israel, the weak one. And I am the weakest one and the youngest one in my father's house. So I'm like the weakest of the weak. I'm scared. I'm hiding in a hole. And you're asking me to do all stuff. And it's like, yes, because I will be with you. Or we can think, I have confidence in you. You know, as I was preparing this, I was thinking of a story. True story. I think a couple of you might remember this. So I work in laboratories. That's what I'm doing today. These are like laboratory clothes. I was a brand new lab tech. I had graduated back in like 83, got a job up in Northern Virginia, Alexandria, moved to Richmond, got a job at St. Mary's Hospital. So I was very enthusiastic. I was eager to learn. I was eager to please. Blood bank was my favorite area in this lab, and I had some great people, great blood bankers I worked with. You know, blood bank, when they scream, you know, I need blood, blood bank, we're the guys that get you the blood and get it safely. Anyway, I start working nights. There were 3 of us on nights for this hospital. And I would be in blood bank. And my partner who was with me would watch me, because what I would do, I would stand in the door like this, with my arms crossed, and I'll be looking, just waiting for that trauma, waiting for it to come in. And one day my partner walks over to the emergency room, had a great relation. The nurse over there calls me, I'm in blood bank, and she goes, Chris, I've got a bleeder. I need 4 units of blood now. We call it uncross-matched blood. We just need blood. 4 units of blood now, cross-match 4 units, and keep 4 units ahead. So that means I'm going to be busy, and this is what I've been waiting for. And I'm nervous, so I'm going through my mind. You know, I got to do this, I got to do that. Can I do all this? So I walk out, we drew blood, so I grab my little tackle box full of like blood drawing stuff, walk over to ER, and there's my friend, a nurse, stamping slips. Gives me a slip, room 1. Take my little tackle box full of stuff over, go in the room, and there's my partner laying in the bed, and he starts laughing. And he's like, see, traumas ain't nothing. And I'm like, you son of a gun. But it was what I needed then. Because, and I say this because it relates to Gideon, because my partner knew that I was a good blood banker. He had confidence I could do this. He needed me to have confidence in myself. We don't have a partner here, but we have God. Or not only may we have partners here, but we have partner in God who will be with us when he asks us to do whatever we're scared or don't think we can. That's the story of Gideon. So remember that, because I don't know where you're at. Maybe you're being asked to do something that you do not think you can do. Remember Gideon. Remember this story. Because he did an amazing thing. And he did it not of his own hand, but with God's help. So if you're there, ask God to help you. Give you the courage, the strength, the wisdom you need, and he will. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Pastor Chris Ireland. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble at FL Compass Church, and now on Instagram, FL Compass Church. Have a great Saturday. Remember, tomorrow's Sunday, so go to church, and I'll see you Wednesday. Did I lose you? Nuts. Sorry, I dropped you. Be strong.